Hey there, fellow gardeners. Welcome back to Smart Garden, where we dig deep into the secrets that make your garden thrive. Today we're talking about something that could be sabotaging your entire growing season without you even knowing it. We're diving into the world of compost maturity, and trust me, what you're about to discover will fundamentally change how you approach that beautiful black gold sitting in your backyard. The silent storytellers. Why radishes hold the key. Forget everything you think you know about checking your compost's quality. Your radishes are about to expose its deepest, darkest secrets. Get ready to have your mind blown as we reveal how these humble roots are the ultimate lie detectors for your soil, telling you everything you need to know about what's really going on underground. While most gardeners rely on vague indicators like smell or appearance to judge compost readiness, radishes provide scientific precision wrapped in simplicity. These remarkable vegetables germinate in as little as 3 to 5 days and reach maturity in just 3 to 4 weeks, making them the perfect rapid response system for evaluating soil health. Their extreme sensitivity to soil conditions means they'll telegraph problems long before your tomatoes, peppers, or cucumbers ever show symptoms. Think of radishes as your garden's early warning system, the canaries in your compost coal mine. What makes them so special isn't just their speed, but their honest communication. They cannot hide deficiencies, toxicities, or imbalances. Every twist in their roots, every shade variation in their leaves, every stunted growth pattern tells a specific story about what's happening beneath the surface. This test isn't just about whether something grows, it's about understanding the complete nutritional and biological landscape of your compost. Compost chemistry. What radishes crave and what they reveal. Understanding what radishes need helps us interpret what they're telling us. These fast-growing vegetables require a balanced nutritional environment with adequate nitrogen for leafy growth, phosphorus for root development, and potassium for overall plant health. They thrive in loose, well-draining soil with a slightly acidic to neutral pH range between 6 and 7. When compost is truly mature, it provides this balanced nutritional profile along with beneficial microorganisms that suppress disease and enhance nutrient availability. However, immature compost is essentially a toxic environment disguised as nutrition. During the active decomposition phase, microorganisms consume massive amounts of nitrogen, creating a temporary nitrogen deficiency in the surrounding soil. Even more concerning, immature compost releases phytotoxic compounds, including organic acids, ammonia, and other volatile substances that directly inhibit seed germination and damage delicate root systems. These compounds are byproducts of incomplete decomposition, chemical signals that the biological transformation isn't finished. When you plant radish seeds in this hostile environment, they face an immediate crisis. If the toxicity levels are high enough, seeds simply won't germinate at all, their embryos damaged before they can establish. If conditions are moderately toxic, seeds may sprout but produce yellowed chlorotic leaves indicating severe stress and inability to photosynthesize properly. The pH situation adds another layer of complexity. Immature compost often has pH swings as different decomposition stages create acidic or alkaline conditions. Radishes are particularly sensitive to pH imbalances, which affect their ability to uptake nutrients even when those nutrients are technically present in the soil. Learning to read radish signals really transforms you from a hopeful gardener into, well, a bit of a soil scientist. Healthy radishes grown in mature compost will show vigorous, uniform germination within 3 to 5 days, with sturdy seedlings emerging confidently from the soil. Their cotyledons, those first seed leaves, should be a vibrant, healthy green, which tells you they've got immediate access to nutrients, and there's no sign of phytotoxins. As those true leaves develop, they ought to be deep green, appropriately sized for the variety, and show robust, upright growth. The roots ideally develop smoothly into their classic round or cylindrical shapes with smooth, unblemished skin and a firm, crisp texture. In contrast, radishes planted in problematic compost tell very different stories. Poor or absent germination is probably the most dramatic red flag, signaling severe phytotoxicity that's stopping seeds from even sprouting. Yellow or pale leaves are a sign of nitrogen deficiency or toxic compounds interfering with chlorophyll production. Small, stunted foliage suggests the plant is struggling to photosynthesize and generate energy for growth. Now, root development issues are equally revealing. If you see excessively hairy roots covered in dense lateral root growth, that's a sign the plant is desperately searching for nutrients or oxygen in compacted, poorly structured soil. Forked, twisted, or malformed roots suggest the radish ran into obstacles, maybe from excessive nitrogen, undecomposed materials, or soil compaction. Hollow or pithy roots indicate rapid, stressed growth without proper nutrient support. Beyond growth patterns, pest and disease susceptibility gives you even more clues. Radishes grown in high-quality, mature compost develop strong cell walls and natural pest resistance. They're just less attractive to flea beetles, root maggots, and other common pests. But weak radishes in poor compost become pest magnets. Their compromised immune systems just can't produce enough defensive compounds or recover from feeding damage. Once your radishes have delivered their verdict, it's time to respond appropriately. If your test reveals immature compost through poor germination or yellowed growth, the solution is straightforward, but, yeah, it does require some patience. That compost simply needs more time to finish decomposing. Turn it thoroughly to introduce oxygen, make sure the moisture level is like a wrung-out sponge, and give it another 4 to 8 weeks before you retest. During this waiting period, you can actually speed things up by maintaining the right carbon-to-nitrogen ratio, around 30 to 1, and keeping the pile at those optimal temperatures, between 130 and 150 degrees Fahrenheit during active composting. If your radishes grow but show specific deficiency symptoms, you can make targeted amendments. For example, pale yellowed leaves might mean a nitrogen deficiency, which you can correct by adding nitrogen-rich materials, like grass clippings or blood meal to your compost mixture. Poor root development, even if the foliage looks healthy, could signal a phosphorus deficiency, so try adding bone meal or rock phosphate. Doing some simple home soil tests really helps confirm what your radishes are telling you. Inexpensive pH test kits from any garden center take just a few minutes and give you some valuable data. Similarly, basic NPK test kits will show whether your compost is nutritionally balanced or skewed towards certain elements. These tests turn your gardening intuition into actionable data, helping you fine-tune your composting process for consistently excellent results. The radish test does more than just evaluate one batch of compost. It actually teaches you to become a better observer and a more intuitive gardener. The diagnostic skills you develop reading radish signals translate directly to every other plant in your garden. That yellowing on your tomato leaves, the stunted growth in your beans, the pest problems on your lettuce, all become readable symptoms pointing to specific, solvable problems. This knowledge creates what I like to call compost confidence, the certainty that what you're adding to your garden beds is genuinely improving, not harming, your soil. Too many gardeners apply homemade compost with fingers crossed, hoping it helps, but secretly worrying it might hurt. The radish test takes away that uncertainty, giving you scientific validation that your compost has really completed its transformation from waste to wealth. Moving forward, make the radish test a regular part of your composting routine. Before you add any new batch to your garden beds, run this simple evaluation. Those few weeks of testing could honestly save you an entire season of disappointing harvests and mysterious plant problems. The beauty of this approach is in its simplicity combined with real sophistication. You're not just blindly following traditional composting timelines or relying on subjective indicators. You're using biological feedback from one of nature's most honest communicators to make informed decisions about your garden's foundation, its soil health. So here's my challenge to you. Grab a packet of radish seeds, fill a few containers with your compost, and start your own radish experiment this week. Document what you observe, compare it to what we've discussed today, and let those humble roots teach you the truth about your compost. If you found this guide valuable, please subscribe to Smart Garden for more evidence-based gardening wisdom that actually works. Share this video with fellow gardeners who might be unknowingly using immature compost, and drop a comment below sharing your radish test results. Your observations could help other gardeners in our community learn and grow. Until next time, keep growing smart, and let those radishes guide you to garden success.